I am Ross. Joining me is my esteemed co-host Ian, but as an extra special guest tonight, we have Pete, the brewer from Wayfarers, and based on that and that alone, we are attempting to drink Nova Scotia Dry. Since Pete is the brewer at Wayfarers, we just have some Wayfarers beers. The Hellene Blonde Ale, Wayfarers Ale Society, is 4.2 alcohol by volume, a slender blonde ale of German lineage, brewed with Pilsner and organic specialty malts and continental hops, much too young to be bitter. Hellene is a light, refreshing beer made for those hot summer days.
It is refreshing, isn't it? And it is distinctive. It's very flavoursome. I really liked it. It's only 4.2, but it doesn't taste like it. It tastes like it's got plenty going on in there. Yeah. And it is refreshing, though. And it feels like a summery ale.
It is maltier than I was expecting, but I really like a malty ale. I'm happy to move my 7 up to an 8.
Can I give that also a solid 8? And I might even give it a little bit more.
The Rudy Ale Irish Red, which is a 4.8% alcohol by volume, a hearty Irish red with chocolate overtones and a bold but not overwhelming hop profile, brewed with maritime pale malt, crystal malts, and roast barley, and balanced with traditional English hops.
Look at the creamy head on this. But this is a good red, and it's creamy, and it's flavoursome.
It's really got a very complex flavor. It's got a real beginning, middle, and end to it as you drink it, really.
I'm tasting a lot of that. The malt isn't coming through, and the chocolate overtone, sadly, isn't coming through.
I'm getting malt, Pete. I'm not getting the chocolatiness, and you said it's the roasted malt that gives it that chocolate overtones. And so, therefore, that's lost on me a little bit. It's a creamier red ale than I'm used to. It doesn't excite me, and they never have, but because it's a creamier one, I'm gonna give that a solid 3 out of 5.
I think I have to say 7 out of 10 for that one. So the Privateer's 1882 ale, and it is a 5% alcohol by volume, and here, it's such a paragraph. An easy drinking blonde ale that recalls Nova Scotia's dark and boisterous seafaring past with a touch of roasted malt, giving a hint of deep chocolate flavor. A combination of English and continental hops that harks back to an age when the order of the day was sink, burn, or take her a prize.
So there's a bit of that same malt that I mentioned, the one earlier, that gives it that red-y darkness. And there's a bit of that in this. Not nearly as much as the red, obviously, but it's...
Ian, you remember when you said you'd like it to be sweeter?
Very smooth again, Pete. The sweetness is only subtly tasted by me. The smell was really rich of sweetness.
It's definitely got more bitterness than the blonde ale I had earlier as well.
This tastes smoother to me than the Hellene. I liked the blonde so much I finished it. Nearly a 9. Nearly a 9 for a blonde ale.
I really like it, but it's so full of flavour. It's sweeter than the Hellene. I prefer the Hellene. Ross, 8 out of 10.
Cheers, fellas. I really appreciate you having me on. It's been a real blast.
Get down to Wayfarers Ale Society in Port Williams. It's down on the waterfront.
Keith's is to IPA what, like, swimming is to IPA.
Don't make a burger smoothie.